Bubba built it.
And that is the broken piston, or the broken rod.
This morning we're going to be moving our next project into a workspace right here. And of course, the next project is the wide body Daytona. Our friends from next door are going to be helping us out with that. We've got the rollback lined up to it. And as we said earlier, the engine is blown in this car, so we can't move it under its own power, but we do have a replacement engine for it.
Nice to have friends with equipment.
Yeah, it is nice to have friends with equipment. Really awesome pieces of equipment. We've got the platform in here, and now we're starting to take apart the trunk lid. We've got the wiring harness loose from one side. Now we're going to take it loose from the lights, but of course we got to remove the light first so we can get to that.
I don't think that's holding it in, is it? I think it is. I think I missed this when I was taking this off the other one. See if that does it. Yeah, look how they made that, where that wraps around that. You gotta pull it back.
Okay. That's pretty cool. All right, there's the clip right there on your finger.
See Jack squat. How do you put this thing?
Who is Jack, and why do you want to see him squat?
I don't want to see him squat. I just can't see. Well, I think you got me there. I've exercised the demons.
There we go.
Tail light. This.
Yeah.
Let's save that for later. This time I won't have to cut it into a million pieces like the last one.
Yeah.
Horse force. That little party trick on the horse force was fairly expensive in time, in blood, sweat, and tears. Now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Seems awfully mean. Yeah. Why you want to be mean like that?
As a friend of mine would say, that's how I roll. Who said that? I don't remember.
I haven't said that in a long time now.
Yeah, you'd say it though. Alrighty.
Now, where are we going?
Where are we going? Let's just set it right here for now. You like that, don't you?
I hate those words. All right.
That's something we can sell. Although I'm gonna hate stripping the stripes off of it if I'm some guy.
Trunk lid is off.
Boom.
Yay! What you got there?
I have a wonderful steering wheel cover. This is really, this is the state of the art here.
Oh.
This is what, oh, sorry, I don't know what
Man,
happened.
I was wanting to reuse that one.
I don't know. I love these steering wheel covers. I don't know why they tear
Look,
up like
it
this.
says look,
Racing.
it's racing with the cool R on
Yeah,
it.
dude.
Man, that's awesome stuff
nice.
right there. Yep. All right, so we got the hood off. We have the trunk deck off, and of course we have the doors.
And the fenders.
Yeah, and the fenders, right?
And the front end.
Yeah. So, man, that's a pretty good little jam session right there.
Yeah.
And as we've said before, this is blown. That is not, question mark. It hasn't ran. So
there you go.
there's the reason for the question. All right. But yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is great.
Good start.
Excellent progress. So next up, are we going to try to salvage the windshield?
Cool.
Or are we just going to sawzall right through it?
I don't know, dude. That's gonna be. Maybe we should watch some videos. I mean, this is probably a $300 windshield, but
That's new, right?
no. So we're not going to need it, so we'll probably just solve all through it.
If we get this published before we do that, any of you guys that really want this windshield, you can scream out "no" in the comments. Make sure you use at least 5 exclamation points.
Well, we're not going to even
Yeah,
look at it.
we're not even going to look at it because that just means you're not serious.
Right.
All right. So next up, we're gonna take the hood or the roof section off. Right? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I would say next we go ahead and deconstruct the interior, which means leaving everything except, well, taking everything out. Well, I'll say, take the seats out and take the side panels out, get these quarter glass out,
Okay.
and then I think we'll be ready to address this engine.
All right. So you want to drop that first before you take the roof off?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well then, you know, we're debating right now whether we drop the whole cradle out from the bottom or if we take it out of the front,
I mean, look, once we remove this core support,
which we need to anyway, right?
probably yes.
Okay.
We'll probably have to build our own front core to support the Charger fenders anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't really see a lot of value in keeping this. All it is really doing for us is holding the radiator, which we can easily make a bracket for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be the next step. Take this core support off and assess how hard it is to get this engine out without just dropping the whole cradle.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. It's a tack weld on that tab, and then
So they had to. Okay, so this is part of the production process. It just goes through and the robots tack the bumper on in the perfect spot, and then they
then
go
it's
back and
bolted.
put bolts in.
okay.
And they make it where it's easy to come off. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
right.
it wasn't- if you knew what you were doing, which we didn't. tab is in no way structural.
No.
It's just holding things in place.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay, we got the top of the, well, I guess the entire core.
Yes, the core
I was
support.
so up into my elbows into it, I didn't realize I'd gotten that far. But yeah, the whole core support's gone now. So
Yep.
very cool, very cool. Still, the debate continues: where do we take this engine out the front or drop the cradle? We're really wanting to see if we could just keep this whole AC unit charged, but that might be just a foolish endeavor. It really looks to me like this whole thing just slides right out the front.
It does, actually.
The way we've got it now.
Because the way it is now, this whole thing here, the core thing, the evaporator, which one is it? We had this together. Which one is this? Evaporator
So
or the condenser?
That's
This
the
is
condenser.
No, okay.
Yes, it's the condenser.
The condenser can just lay down and the thing can come right out the front. Of course, take the radiator off.
Yeah. Man, it's a thin radiator.
It is, isn't it?
It's crazy.
I guess they're very efficient.
Yeah. Well, this, if it's anything like their 6-cylinder, their V6, man, that thing's really efficient.
Mm-hmm. I love the way this is oriented too. If we ever wanted to put a bigger one in here, it wouldn't be hard to do.
No, there's lots of room there.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to have a lot of room with that Daytona nose. It's going to.
Oh yeah, way out.
So now we're looking at this. So this is what I've seen again. Steve Mirabelli, he is the man. He is the person that we will be sitting at the feet of, watching what he did. But I think that we might take this even closer than he did, because our stance is going to be very important with this Daytona to have it as low as possible. So we might even take this flange and hammer that over flat, so that fender will sit right on top of that.
Yeah.
I mean, like right on there. And then of course we're going to have a zero offset wheel that's going to stick that wheel at about here. That's gonna, look at that. That's going to be dramatic.
It's gonna be crazy.
Matter of fact, let's get a tape measure and see just how wide this beast is going to be, because we're going to add 4 inches on either side. So let's see. You hold it at the 4-inch mark on your side, and I'll hold it 4 inches over on this side, and let's see what this thing's going to be. Okay, so get it 4
You're going
inches
up top?
past yeah.
And we're going just past the wheel.
Yeah, 4 inches past the tire or whatever.
Okay.
You got it where you want it?
That's gonna be pretty close to it right
Okay,
there.
so then I'm over here, and I'm going to be 79 plus 4, no, 76. 1, 2, 3, 80 inches wide. This sucker is going to be
6'8".
Yeah, this thing's going to be a steamroller.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. 80 inches. You heard it here first, folks. That's wider than the Scrap Tona. The Scrap Tona was 76.
Yep.
So,
Man.
so zero offset wheel on that thing. It's going to give us an additional 4 inches. Yep. I'm guessing we'll run 11-inch wheels probably on this.
Man, that'll be insane.
I think an 11-inch wheel will fit that tire we got from Continental just fine.
That'll be cool.
And once again, I think we're going to try to use a square setup. Do you agree?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Square setup's where it's at. Yesterday we took a phone call, and so we were actually intending to leave earlier than what we did. And anyway, while we were on the phone, I kept working on this and took the core support off. And then today we came in and took a little bit more.
Took the cowl apart, took the crossbar off, took the wipers out, and we have full access to the back of the engine. So
we're thinking we'll just take it right out of the front.
yeah, I mean, other than these lines right here, we are really totally clear. So yeah, I agree. I think we can take this thing out the front, and so
let's just go ahead and give that prediction.
wait a minute. Which prediction are we talking about?
The prediction.
By Christmas?
Yeah.
I say by Christmas we'll have a 68 Charger shell on this chassis.
And I think that's very doable. I think it's a very realistic goal. I'm personally kind of thinking that we'll be on beforehand, but I like the conservative estimate there.
Yeah, look, we're standing on the shoulders of giants here. There's been people that have done this before us. I keep mentioning Steve Mirabelli, but we're gonna lean heavily on his experience. Watch all those videos, and this is just such a great plan as far as a Charger, a B-body swap. So in the past, we've been more along the lines of just trying to make something work, and we've figured out the problems and we've done it. And I'm proud of the fact that we've done that, but that ought to make something like this, you know, a lot easier.
Yeah. The no difference in wheelbase length. I mean, that's huge.
We spent a lot of time head scratching on this, and that's part of the fun part, but it's also fun to see something come together more rapidly. So, and then, you know, we're going to do more of these that are a little bit easier to pull off now that we've done some much more difficult ones. We've got, you know, Crown Vics out there stacked up, and we've got a bunch of dent sides ready to swap on them, and we've got some great ideas there too. So we're kind of excited to start cranking some more volume out.
Yeah.
So obviously, all this lower flange is going to be cut off this fender. We'll just leave the return. What we'll do is we'll just leave about a 1/4 inch of return here. So you know what? Yeah, that's right. We're going to have to do that. We're gonna have to cut all this off and just leave a 1/4 inch of return just for the strength.
All right, we're starting to do the prep work on so we can get the engine out. And first thing we got to do is get it up on the lift so we can get to the back side and get the torque converter loose. And of course, we're going to have to center it up on our lift here. And
when your car doesn't run, and that takes a little bit extra time.
Yeah, so we're just going to be pushing it back and forth, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
No catalytics. Big surprise.
Actually, I am surprised.
No, you're not. I wonder how much those puppies cost.
Probably enough to get some rims.
Yeah, there you go. Man, I know what I'm going to do. All right, look, where is this coolant coming from?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that.
Well,
you know what? When he turned the motor, right?
Well, maybe when we loaded it on the trailer, it was draining out coolant, so it obviously. Well, so where are the rear O2 sensors?
Oh, bet.
It should be. Oh,
does that have something to do with
that's
it?
exactly what it is. Dadgum. And that one too.
Yeah.
Just cut those puppies off.
You have a check engine light.
Yeah, right. Okay, so yeah, he's right. That goes all the way around. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take the starter loose so we can get to the bolts. At least that's the plan.
That is the plan. So I'm gonna need an extension to get around this thing here too, I think. Let me get a chance. Doggone it.
Oh, and we were trying to move the motor around to make sure we were going to be able to do what we're wanting to do. And it is definitely locked up. There's a rod in there.
Something mechanical is in the way.
Yeah.
Well, we were able to turn it, but we'd have to go one way, 100 and 270 degrees and the other way 270 to get those loose. I think we can use this zip now. Well, no, I don't know.
Take some pressure off of that.
So yeah, I was telling you, I saw one that was wrecked on the front end
Uh-huh.
on Marketplace for $5,000. It only
Yeah.
had like 27,000 miles on it.
Man.
Looked like a really good deal. And then I'm thinking, there's something wrong with this transmission too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is where we're getting to that. Well, maybe we should have just spent a little more money up front. All right, so
Fuel line.
fuel line. Okay, I think it's that little dude right there.
Okay.
We brought David's little fuel line thing.
Yeah, that's it. Is it still the walk of shame if you don't get caught?
And we know we had an audience too, so that makes it better.
Yeah.
You just have to take the abuse.
Yeah, I'll be responsible for that one too.
Shut up! I borrow stuff all the time and put it back.
The walk of shame.
You got to take the abuse if you're going to borrow a tool.
It's bad.
Look, I mean, if you need it, that's.
Man, look how organized it is.
Now here's the question: which one do I? Oh, there's all kinds of things here. Look what it says here. Okay, hold on. It says Nissan, Ford and GM, Ford transmission, Ford and Cadillac, Ford transmission. It's not looking good, Lloyd.
Mm-mm.
Ford. We're just going to have to find something that'll work, man. That means we're going to have to just hit front and pack. This one says Universal. I'm just showing.
I did not see that on there at all.
What does it say that? I mean, but if I get it right out of the gate, then you know that I'm doing something right. Must be living right. Okay, now look.
All right, so took a phone call there in the middle of all that, which was really awesome. But guess what? It was the right one.
It was the right one. It was the first one, and woo!
Slinging fuel everywhere, man.
I know.
All right, so there's
Okay.
fuel line.
So look, I mean, there's a big vacuum line right there. It's gonna have to be taken loose. All right, line jack crapper. Oh,
There you go.
Okay, so, I mean, technically, this thing should pull out of here without anything holding it now. I mean,
All the radiator lines are loose.
it's a
The-
modern car, so
The only thing is the compressor's still kind of hanging there, but
yeah.
all right. Well, you know, I unfortunately have to go. I guess what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and get the engine hoist over here and get everything lined up, and we'll do it first thing in the morning.
Wonder Twin Powers Unite.
All right, awesome. Maybe get another one.
Well, let's just try it.
How you feeling about that 32-piece set?
I feel like it could work. No.
Okay, well, we're just wanting to look around and see if we got anything that's hanging up on us. We
So
still
the
need
engine
to.
is still attached. I mean, the trans is still attached. So we need to. No, is it? Or
It
is
shouldn't be at this level, man. That thing should be off of it.
Okay, hold on. Let's just let we pull on it, okay?
Well, no, it's attached.
That's what I thought. So we need to get a crowbar and just kind of give it a nudge.
Okay.
Maybe let a little bit of pressure off.
Yeah, I might want to drop it down just a smidge.
A little bit of pressure off, and then we get a crowbar. Now I've got 3 or 4 crowbars. I think your time lapse idea will be the best. Just send over and let it.
Oh yeah, well I mean, I figure we'll do a combination of time lapse and then
Okay.
coming out and getting some more detail. Don't forget we got to get this compressor off too all the way.
Yes.
It's just barely hanging on, but we'll need to move it.
Do we have room to get it off right now? I think we do.
Okay. Well look, it's still got a little bit of thread on it.
What do you mean thread on it?
On that bolt, I think, doesn't it?
Shouldn't. I mean, that's a stud. I mean, it's got threads on it.
Oh,
It
okay.
shouldn't be killed by anything. I think it's just in a bind also. That could be a big part of our problem, actually, all these binds. Okay, let some pressure off.
All right. Here, hold that for a second. Gosh, Smiles deal. One, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's under strain. A little more. Let her down more.
That's it.
That's it?
I mean,
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Hold on. Dang it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a vice grip on that thing and try to just back out the stud. I think maybe the stud was meant to be removable because when you were taking that off, it had a little hex end on it. Did you notice that?
yeah, that's right.
Maybe we can just back out the stud now.
The reason why we're doing this is we just want to keep the lines charged if we can. See if we can get it on out.
What else is going on? Go back in the check and see what else I got. Something's pulling out with it.
It's the
Dipstick.
transmission.
Dipstick.
Yeah, that's fine. It's clear.
I think I'm clear.
Yeah, it's all clear.
Got Noah with the gimpy leg over here.
All right.
All right. Exercise the demons. All right, I'm gonna let it down a little bit.
Cool.
Now, that oil may have been coming from the dipstick tube being out of the transmission.
Maybe
I think
so.
David's right, because I don't see anything dripping off the motor, do you?
No. Don't move it too far.
Well, there's a lot of oil on the actual. There's a lot of oil on the actual crossmember there, so that means it did come out of the engine, and that's oil. That's not trans fluid. It would have a little bit of a red tint to it.
Yeah.
So where's it coming from?
Well, it's got to be down low.
I mean, look for a drip. We know the engine's trash, but I'd be dadgum if I could see where the.
Okay, look, right here. Just above the oil pan on the back side.
Okay, probably a hole in the block. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness.
See the hole?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Where's the light? Go get the light.
Yeah.
Right there behind you. Yeah, to your right. It's got a hole right in it. It's got the whole world in its hands. It's got the little bitty babies. Look at that right there. See it?
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think any block seal is going to fix that.
They were trying, weren't
They
they?
were trying.
They were trying real hard.
Yeah.
Ka-tink. All right.
Cool, man.
So, you know that block's no good.
Mystery solved.
We got heads that we can sell. Those eagle heads are good.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, as you can see, that engine is out, and we are super excited about it. It was a pretty big job, I gotta say. I mean, probably a little bit more. I thought it was a little bit more involved than what Michael did, I'm sure. I've never pulled one before, but Michael, what do you think?
I feel like it was pretty smooth from the ones that I've done. So I thought it was bet. Look, it's nice working on newer things. I say newer. This is still 10 years old, but it is really nice working on things that aren't crusted with 50 years of corrosion. You know,
yeah, right.
We didn't break one bolt.
No, not a single bolt. You know,
right.
I have worked on FE motors before, and you're pulling off those exhaust manifolds. It's just always an issue there. But this one, as Michael was saying, it was really smooth coming off the. Oh, by the way, on this, we've already showed you the hole in the block, and upon further investigation, Michael this morning he pulled the intake off. You see it right there.
But yeah, so I mean, look. First of all, the first thing was that we was block seal in the reservoir. So there's like, okay, we're pretty. Yeah, I think it is. And then if you look in here, you can see water in that cylinder, in that intake tube. So look, probably what happened is, like most. I'm not going to call them any bad names. Most people who are not very conscientious will just say had a blown head gasket from overheating.
See, look. Right here, the foam.
It got hot.
Yeah.
It definitely got hot. I mean, that thing is, I'd almost say that looks like fire to me, but I guess it just got really hot. Anyway, blew the head gasket, kept driving it with a miss, because hey, 7 cylinders is better than better walking, I guess. But anyway, it looks like what they did was eventually the cylinder filled up with water enough to hydrolock it and just totally destroyed the rod.
Yeah, I mean, it broke
and then that
loose.
destroyed the block. So you take a problem that's a significant problem, a head gasket problem, and then you turn it into a whole, junk motor. We got some good heads here though, and we got a lot of bits and pieces that are specific to the Challenger we can swap over. But yeah, I mean, again, I think what we have here is some eagle heads, And I don't know. We haven't actually looked to see if it scarred the inside of the blocker. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we don't care about this thing. We're just going to get the pieces that we need off of it and salvage any other parts that we might want.
I mean, she was.
I look at that. Look at all the water in there. It is crazy, man. And that bears out again. We were seeing coolant coming out of this thing, and
When we
it was
loaded it on the trailer. Yeah, and I still don't understand. I guess it was probably coming out that reservoir.
Yeah,
I mean,
very.
that
whole
perforation.
Yeah, very little antifreeze in it. So they were just kept adding water, kept adding. Oh, and by the way, they kept adding oil too, because they had broken off the dipstick. I think I've shown that, but I think it's over here. That's it right there.
Wait, hold on. So this was the first clue that there was a major neglect going on here. You see that right there? There's no. I don't know. Where's the dip? How do you get that out?
Yeah. Well, you know what? You're at this point, you're not.
Hey man, just keep putting some oil in that thing.
Yeah, and then that's what they did. Because I mean, the oil pan, even with the hole in the block, man, we still had. I would say
it was full to the top, and so that means it was completely enveloping the crankcase, which the crankshaft, which you don't want.
Yeah.
That's what windage trays are for, right? So,
yeah, which it has.
Yeah, but so yeah, the oil was completely up into this. It was all the way solid, all the way to the top of that. So I don't know.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was not
it
good.
was super bad.
Yep.
All right, so next steps, we're still debating on that. We're talking about, are we going to go ahead and put this engine together and put it in the car, or do we go ahead and cut the rest of the Challenger off? We just haven't decided on that.
Here's the thing. This is, again, like we talked about, this is everything we've done so far. I've never seen anybody do before. This is an exception. People have done the Charger or the B-body onto a modern Challenger chassis before. So the nice thing for us is that we can go back and look at other people's work. We mentioned Steve Mirabelli, but there's a bunch of other people that have done it. I know there's probably at least 5 to 10 of these running around, probably more. So we've been looking at pictures, and with the engine already out, it may be a good time to go ahead and do the tear down of the body with the engine out, and then there's more room to mess around here. So there's the argument between that, or going ahead and getting that in there and getting it running and making sure everything's squared away before we do that. So those are
I can see the benefits to go ahead and doing the rest of the tear down. I think, having the rest of that out of our way, it allows us to get up in here, because we don't know exactly how far we're going back yet. Are we going to be able to keep the dash? And I think that would help, right?
Yeah, it would. I think that I'm leaning more towards not putting the engine in yet, just taking our time with that, because there's some other things that'd be nice to go ahead and do with the engine. Our friends at Holley have got a really nice intake we're thinking about putting on there, and some other things that we're looking at doing. So perhaps we're going to go ahead and start cutting the body down. I think that's the way I'm leaning.
Yeah, I like that plan. I really like it. And then, of course, the other thing we've got to decide on is our wheels, and we've been working around, kicking around some ideas with that. I
really would like to do a knockoff.
Yes.
I mean, that would be sweet. And that would be, what we did with Daytona had that wide 5 wheel, and I really liked that. That was different. And to me, the ultimate wheel is a single lug knockoff, tri-bar. Wouldn't that just be
It
sweet?
would be cool. And when he says knockoff, he's not talking about like some Chinese knockoff. No,
I'm talking about where you got a single attachment point, and you take a hammer and you knock it loose. So,
and then you got the safety wire that ties it back. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Okay, well, next video, we're not sure exactly what that's going to be. If it's going to go back to the Bronco or back on this, we're just going to kind of play it by ear. But hey, thank you so much for watching. Guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, wow is right.
That is bad. I don't see a definitive break there, though, do you?